Good afternoon again.
Good afternoon.
Brian Donahue, the Director of Economic Development with the City of Portsmouth. I'm honored to welcome you all to our great city and the ribbon cutting for Recycling and Disposal Solutions of Virginia and AMP Robotics. Before we get started, I would like to take a moment and ask our Vice Mayor, Lisa Lucas-Burke, to come forward for a Pledge of Allegiance. Vice Mayor.
Hello, everybody. All right, you stand and let's begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. What an exciting day to gather together to celebrate and welcome the expansion of RDS's facility here in Portsmouth and the arrival of AMP Robotics to our city and region. It's truly a great day. It's a critical facility that you have here serving our region's waste management needs, and the new technology present here today that you will have an opportunity to see, I understand, just a little bit later on, will help meet the future needs of the Hampton Roads region as we grow into the future. On behalf of the city's Economic Development Office, I'd like to thank Joe Bendetta, CEO of RDS of Virginia, and Matanya Horowitz, CEO of AMP, for your investment and advancements in our community's infrastructure. We truly look forward to your continued growth and success. I'd like to now take a moment to recognize our elected and appointed officials that we have here with us in attendance today. It's a great number, and we appreciate your showing up to join us for this. I believe we have here from Senator Tim Kaine's office, the Regional Director of Mr. Kaine's office, Diane Kaufman, I believe, is in attendance or is en route. From Congressman Bobby Scott's office, I believe we have Thomas Vivero. Is Thomas here? Thomas, welcome. I believe we have Senator Emily Jordan. See Senator Jordan here. Delegate Michael Feggins, Virginia House of Delegates. Sir, are you in the tent here today? Well, thank you for coming to represent. And from the Portsmouth City Council, the Honorable Mayor Shannon Glover, who you will hear some remarks from in just a few moments. Again, our Vice Mayor, Lisa Lucas-Burke, is in attendance today as well. Welcome. Councilman Mark Hugel is present as well. And Councilman Vernon Tillage, Portsmouth City Council. Don't believe I see any other council members here from Portsmouth, but we thank you all for your attendance. From some of our sister cities here in Hampton Roads, from the city of Virginia Beach, we have Mayor Bobby Dyer. Welcome. As well as Vice Mayor Rosemary Wilson. Also from Virginia Beach, we have Michael Berlucci. And from the city of Chesapeake, we have Councilman Don Carey and Councilman Robert Ike. Welcome. And from the city of Suffolk, I believe John Rector has joined. John, are you here? Okay, he may be en route as well. From the city of Franklin, we have Councilman Linwood Johnson. Okay, don't see him. From Isle of Wight County, we have County Administrator Randy Keaton, I believe, joining us as well. And Vice Chairman of the Board of Supervisors, Don Rosie of Isle of Wight. Thank you for your attendance. And thank you each for your continuous support of the Portsmouth business community and the Hampton Roads business ecosystem as well. I would now like to recognize and call our Honorable Mayor Shannon Glover to the podium for special remarks. Mayor.
Well, thank you, Brian. First of all, I got to let y'all know a couple of things. I arrived here in my pickup truck, and I came this way. I didn't follow the rules and the directions. I ended up over there, and the nice gentleman in the blue shirt told me to park by the big trash truck, and he said, "Come on, Mayor, I'll walk you over." So I had a different route. The other thing I want to share with you, last night at our council meeting, work session, we talked about trash. And I got to tell y'all, I was talking to Matanya just a minute ago, the guy who created a lot of this stuff, and he says, "You know, Mayor, I apologize for the smell." I said, "Matanya, I like the smell of trash, because trash means that there's revenue coming into the city of Portsmouth. And that means there's some services coming that's going to help our citizens in our city and our region." So I'm excited about that. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests. Value, come on, y'all, this is a ribbon cutting. You know, it ain't a funeral. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Help me out a little bit. Valued partners, invited guests. Thank you for joining us today to help celebrate the ribbon cutting celebration of the next generation of recycling system at the Recycling and Disposable Solutions of Virginia's Portsmouth facility. This milestone represents a significant leap towards an innovative and sustainable waste management solutions. APM Robotics has designed, installed, and is now operating this cutting-edge system that takes in bagged municipal solid waste and sorts it into mixed recyclables, organic materials, and residue using AI-powered equipment. Wow. This is not just a technological marvel. This is a game changer, folks, for safe and cost-effective material recovery that would otherwise end up in landfills or incinerators. And we know that we're running out of space, so we can't continue to have landfills. This facility now serves as a commercial scale pilot right here in the city of Portsmouth. APM intends to deploy this technology across the country, especially in communities with limited landfill capabilities that are struggling with space. We also look forward to expanding the Portsmouth facility to further amplify its impact here in our city and the rest of the Hampton Roads region. So this is regionalism, folks. Founded in 2014 in Colorado, AMP has grown from a small team to approximately 130 employees. Its CEO and founder, Matanya Horowitz, during his PhD studies, wow, I didn't think you guys did stuff like that when you studied PhDs, witnessed breakthroughs in deep learning that enabled computers to see almost as well as humans. Imagine that. This advancement, once the realm of science fiction, now powers innovations from automations to autonomous cars to conventional computers, and it also opens new avenues for waste management. APM has pioneered this application of artificial intelligence in recycling, bringing unprecedented efficiency and productivity to the waste management industry. And I understand that over the past decade, AMP's AI platform has identified more than 150 billion items. Wow. And guided the sortation of more than 2.4 million tons of recyclables. That is amazing. With over 180 million raised from global investors, AMP continues to scale and reshape the waste and recycling industry. RDS of Virginia, our esteemed partner here in Portsmouth, has been at the forefront of expanding recycling access in Hampton Roads for nearly 20 years. Since its founding in 2004, RDS has established strong partnerships with municipalities across the state, excelling in designing, implementing successful recycling programs that benefit all parties involved. I want to thank Joe Benedetto, our local team member, and his team for doing the work that they do. Today, AMP plus RDS will share more details about this AI-powered facility, the first of its kind in processing municipal solid waste right here in Portsmouth. This facility provides new paths for waste diversion and sustainability without imposing major new obligations on our communities. Its ability to integrate seamlessly into our existing municipal waste systems and streamlines makes it convenient and quick to implement. avoiding the need for new trucks and carts. This is a perfect example of how technology can simplify doing the right things in our communities. Portsmouth and Hampton Roads are now at the forefront of the waste industry technology, demonstrating how economic development and environmental stewardship can go hand in hand. On behalf of a grateful City Council and the citizens of Portsmouth, we welcome the next generation of recycling systems here in our city and wish AMP and RDS of Virginia the very best of success. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Mayor Glover, and well done. My name's Doug Smith. I'm with the Hampton Roads Alliance, and as a native of Portsmouth, it's wonderful to be here for a ribbon cutting and see such an important investment being made here. It's also gratifying as a regional person to see so many communities represented here. This really is a regional opportunity, and Ms. Wills, great to see you. I also want to say, Brenda Roberts slipped in, and I know Shannon slipped in, representing Congresswoman Jen Kagan, so we're grateful that you're here as well. My task is really to give you a little bit of a quick run of show, and it is going to be a quick show. We're going to have some comments from Joe Benedetto and Matanya Horowitz. Then there's going to be a brief video, because it really is, you start to hear 150 billion items, right? We throw away a lot of stuff. And then we'll have the ribbon cutting, and what we want to do is get every elected official, regardless of what community you're in, we want every elected official to come up, and then we do want the mayor and the company reps and the city council members from Portsmouth to each grab the scissors. So don't want anybody getting cut up here fighting over the scissors. And then we're going to move around for guided tours. So if you look at your name tag has a number on it, and the tours have been customized slightly, just based on kind of who you are and what your background is, and so it's important that you jump into the proper group. And if you don't have a number on there, it doesn't make a huge amount of difference where you go, but Shannon will kind of point you to the right group at that point. And then I think that's it. Oh, last one. No photos once you go inside. You can imagine this is proprietary technology, and we certainly don't want anybody taking photos and sharing that. But with that said, it's my pleasure to present to you all Joe Benedetto. I'm going to read a piece of your bio because it's a fantastic bio, but I'm going to keep it short. Joe is a third-generation member of the recycling and solid waste industry and has worked in and around recycling facilities his entire life. He started at his family's recycling plant right here in Chesapeake. He's worked for large companies like Stone Container, Paper Recycling International, and Cellmark. In 2005, Joe started RDS and has expanded the company into both Portsmouth, Virginia, and Roanoke, Virginia, Athens, Georgia. RDS employs the most modern technology in its facilities and was one of the first facilities to use AI-enabled robotics to perform material sorting. Please welcome Joe Benedetto.
Thank you very much. Thank you all for coming here today. I'm very excited for this day. We started actually here in Portsmouth with just a vacant piece of land. We built the building behind you, and we just completed the building that we're going to go see now. Back in 2017, I think I was looking through an article, and I reached out to AMP Robotics and was introduced to Matanya, and we started talking about recycling and some of the capabilities that robots had and how they could be applied in recycling facilities. And that really excited me, and we have stayed in touch. Now I guess we're going on 7 or 8 years just talking about recycling and working with AMP Robotics to develop, AMP Recycling developed what you're going to see, which to me is very exciting, that we can take MSW and separate out all the different recyclable products within the waste stream, whereas currently we have dual stream programs, single stream programs, where we're constantly challenged with material that's not supposed to be in the program, and a lot of other issues that just go with asking populations to do specific things in order to make product recyclable. So I'm very excited that you're all here, and I want to say thank you very much.
Thank you, Joe. I'm going to introduce Matanya Horowitz, but I would say if you get a chance to let him tell you his story of kind of developing this technology, it's fun to hear. But Dr. Matanya Horowitz is the founder and CEO of AMP Robotics, a company he built with the objective of transforming the world's waste from a liability to an asset for society. He developed and commercialized AMP's breakthrough AI platform and robotic systems, which automate the identification and sorting of recyclables from mixed material streams, pioneering the use of AI in the waste industry and providing waste operators with a reliable source of sustainable diversion. AMP is a leading provider of AI-powered sortation at scale. The company was founded in 2014 and is headquartered in Colorado. Please welcome Matanya Horowitz.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you all for coming. I'm the founder and CEO at AMP, and I'm very excited to share with you what we think is the future of the waste and recycling business. AMP came to Portsmouth last year at the invitation of our longtime partner, RDS, to build this first of its kind AI-powered facility here in Portsmouth, where we wanted to show that AI can allow the industry to sort out valuable commodities with virtually no change to the existing infrastructure. In the facility, you're going to see a smart factory that recovers recyclable materials, plastics, metals, paper, organic materials, all from sort of not exactly clean stuff coming in. It's long been a holy grail for the industry, but a very significant technical challenge to do this at scale, to do this reliably, and to do this at a reasonable cost. We see this facility that we're celebrating today as a critical step towards keeping the majority of the community's waste, or to allow for diversion of a majority of a community's waste, and to really find value in that material. We see this as a big step forward in solving the challenges of conventional recycling programs across the country. It's a big deal for AMP, but it's a significant advancement for the waste industry, because we believe that this can be a new and different path to how communities deal with sustainability in their waste stream. So on behalf of AMP, I'd really like to thank the warm welcome, or I'd like to thank the mayor, Mr. Glover, for that warm introduction, and for the council members from Portsmouth and nearby communities for making it here. To provide a little bit of broader context, we see the existing status quo around the recycling industry as a missed opportunity for our society. Something that's maybe not widely appreciated is, despite all the good energy and the great technology that's been going into recycling for the last 15 years, recycling rates overall have been stagnant, and actually over the last couple of years they've been going down. There's a number of different reasons for this, economic, technological, and others, but it's unfortunate, and it's particularly unfortunate when you look at the significant environmental benefits that recycling provides, whether it's in terms of avoidance of different forms of pollution or reduction in greenhouse gases. Recycling serves as one of the biggest leverage points that society has in its fight against climate change and other important environmental problems. This is exactly the problem that we're stepping into in AMP. How can you make the recycling industry work better? How do you make the recycling business a better business? And how do you align it with what's important for communities and for the waste industry? As was mentioned, we started in 2015 really with this focus on robotic systems and showing how AI would allow for incremental progress of the industry towards making recycling a better business. And we've grown now to a company that has hundreds of robots, over 400 different systems around the world, not only here in the US, but also in Europe and Japan. And then several recycling facilities built from the ground up around artificial intelligence. And really shown what the broad scope and capability of this technology can be in the industry. For those who aren't familiar with our technology, at its most basic, what we've developed is this artificial intelligence vision system that basically lets machines see garbage in a way that was very difficult before. We've shown these systems millions of examples of smashed up cans, folded up paper, and everything else. And by seeing so many different examples, they've basically learned, hey, this logo is associated with this type of plastic, this kind of shininess is associated with this type of paper. And with that capability, you have what's really, for the first time, a comprehensive garbage sensor, with a garbage sensor, you can bring all these tools of automation to the waste industry. Here in Portsmouth, what this means is we're using the technology to extract all of these different commodities, metals, paper, plastics, and organics, directly out of municipal solid waste. If you haven't visited a recycling facility before, or let alone a municipal solid waste facility, kudos to you for being a little bit adventurous today. It's probably not going to be your typical ribbon cutting event. Like Mayor Glover said, it's definitely a unique smell as well, but you come to love it. And one of the reasons you learn to love it is you're providing an important and essential service for a community, but you're doing it in a way that is as sustainable as possible. So you can really feel quite proud of the impact. Everyone in the waste industry can feel quite proud of the impact that they're having. But let me tell you why this facility is significant in particular. The world generates 2.5 billion tons of the kind of municipal solid waste that you're about to see. That's a huge number, and it's expected to increase it by over 70% by 2050. So the implications for what we're doing are large today, but they only become larger tomorrow. Much of this waste gets buried, incinerated, or escapes to the environment, depending on where you are around the world. And it's unfortunate because the material that we're talking about does have value. The problem is that extracting that value, in many cases, the cost of doing that actually exceeds the innate value of that material. So to get $1 out, you have to put more than $1 in, and it doesn't make sense. But this is despite there being a lot of value in there, from the reusable plastics to the organic material. You not only have value in these commodities, but if you have landfills that are near the end of their lifetime, if you have incineration facilities that have air quality issues, the diversion of material can deliver value to those landfills and to those incineration facilities. The problem has just been, although everyone wants diversion, it's expensive. In many cases, it doesn't necessarily pencil out. With this AI-powered MSW facility, what you see is we're able to take advantage of the existing infrastructure, so the existing trucks and the existing waste flows. We can plug into those and divert the material out. What's also, and what this has allowed us to do is over the course of only a couple months, and really only a couple weeks, basically plug our system into the wonderful infrastructure that RDS was already building. A particular note too is that this is being done at a scale, and a smaller scale, than what's been feasible before. Projects that have looked like this have been absolutely massive, and we've been able to downsize this with RDS to a community level. This both reduces risk, but also aligns it to the needs of a given community. What you'll see then is in the facility is the material that's diverted out was landfill bound. It was going to go to the landfill. It was not going to be recovered. And we've plugged in and kind of sorted it out in a way that was simply just non-economic before. The first of its kind nature of the facility, I hope is exciting for you to see, but also serves as a blueprint for other communities. The challenges Portsmouth has had around waste are not unique. It's common across the entire country. But by working together in partnership with RDS, we've shown a model that we think is working well here. It can work well across the nation. We're really excited to bring other communities here to see what we've done. So very much appreciate your time. Very excited to show you the facility, talk through what we're doing here, and as always, incredibly grateful for the partnership that RDS has shown, and for Joe personally helping me through and understanding the waste industry. So thank you very much for the time, and looking forward to the day.
Video. So remember, your name tag has got your number for the tour. There is no one in any city that does a ribbon cutting better than the mayor of that city. So at this point, I'm turning this over to Mayor Glover, and we're gonna move the podium and these plants, and every elected official, if you would come up here.